Hey guys, so I literally just got my little Shein package that I ordered on May 9th. These cute little gym outfits and errand day outfits. But I ordered it on May 9th and it didn't deliver until May 28th, which is insane for Shein because they don't normally take so long. But I guess tariff times, yeah. I don't know what it is. It gotta be that because that's crazy. I was about to order some other things and I was like, no, I gotta see if my gym clothes would arrive on time first, which they didn't, but they did come, so that's the best part. But guys, I wanted to say something about how I feel like lately God has been on me about giving back to the world the gift that he's given to me. And I know that God has been speaking to me about that because it's been something I've been running from for like the last couple of years. And I'm gonna say running from as in like fear. Fear has been kind of keeping me from expressing that gift. But God, I know it's God pressing me about it because it seems like every sermon, every conversation, every post, it just seems like everything has been like about expressing my gift and not letting fear hold me back from doing that. So that's why I'm like, okay, this has to be God because it's not like I don't want to express my gifts. It's that it's like I guess I allow fear, perfectionism, because I'm a real big perfectionist. Like I feel like things have to be perfect, or at least I have to be perfect in order for me to have the audacity to even give back to the world a gift God has given me. Which to me, I believe my gift is the gift of perceiving life in a different perspective and regurgitating that back to others in a more digestible form through words, basically through words. I feel like God has given me the gift of words, and because I know that God has given me that gift, I have been spending a lot of my years just trying to perfect words, trying to perfect the understanding of words, just to get a greater understanding. I've been praying and asking God for wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and the only way you'll get understanding is through knowing, through knowledge, basically knowledge of words, what they actually mean. Like you ever been reading the Bible sometimes and you might know what a word means, but to get a greater understanding of what it means pertaining to what you just read, you'll pause reading and just go and look up the definition of a word. I find myself doing that so much. Like I was reading the Bible the other day and the word deluge came up and I'm like, I don't even know what deluge means. Was it deluged? I think it was deluged. I think deluged was a word that was pertaining to deceiving or flooding. It was one of those words. I gotta remember. But I didn't know what it meant until I went to go and research it and look it up on Google, and I realized I found out the definition of the word, and it just kind of gave me a greater understanding of what I had just read. So not knowing the Bible in and out sometimes holds me back from speaking, and not necessarily just even about the Bible. I feel like God has been tasking me with just even speaking about life to others, because I can remember a time when I was young, a young girl, a young teenage girl, a young adult girl, even like right now I'm only 33 and I'm still a young adult, where but I got a few years up under my belt of life where I can, help other young girls who are in my shoes or traveling down the same path that I've traveled with things like when it comes down to friendship, when it comes down to relationships, when it comes down to self and understanding self, when it comes down to just walking this walk of Christianity, which is not an easy walk, but it is a faithful one. It's a highly rewarded one because I'm looking for my reward in heaven. Also, it's just like walking with God is like always walking with the GPS on. He's the guy. He understands the life. He understands the left and the right turn. He even knows how to make my wrong turns reroute me to end up in my destination. That's what a GPS does for you on your phone, and that's what walking through life with God does for you. Even when you take the wrong turns or you miss your exits, he knows how. He's so infinite in wisdom that he knows how to make your wrong turns lead you to your destination. You can't do it. Like imagine traveling on the road and you know that you're supposed to get off on a particular exit. Let's say you miss that exit. you would, in your mind, be kind of lost. But traveling with that GPS is gonna what? It's gonna reroute you. That's what God will do without us knowing. He'll make the wrong steps, the wrong turns, end you up right where you need to be. This is how we get to points in life where we look back on our lives and we're like, man, you know what? Although that relationship wasn't the right one, although that decision wasn't the right one, although all those decisions I made in my youth wasn't the right ones, I will not change a thing about my past, because I understand that these things are the contributing factors as to who I am today. We don't change nothing about our past because we realize these things have made us. So you can't know what you don't know. So when you don't know something, you have no choice but to make the wrong choices and the wrong turns. So sometimes life happens to you in the way it does because it's trying to teach us something. People who know better don't have to go through some of the, or don't have to suffer some of the things that others have to suffer, because they knew better, or they at least had someone in their lives to teach them and guide them down the right path and teach them and say, hey, not that this, or not this, that. So I believe that people like myself, everyone actually, who's lived life, can always reach back and teach someone, or reach back and help guide someone to the right path, because we're all traveling down the same path. Everyone, essentially, to me, I believe, is trying to find their way back to God. You don't realize it because you're chasing so many other things, trying to replace that need and void that only God can fill. But everyone is essentially looking for God and looking for Christ. Everyone. You don't even the ones that don't know they are. You are. Because what we're chasing are voids that only God can fill. And even when you obtain these things in your life, you still feel a form of emptiness. It'll take the most highly successful people in life, millionaires, billionaires, to tell you that money does not fulfill. Success does not fulfill. What does fulfill a person? What fulfills a person? Being a God-like person, being a person of servitude. God placed us here for one another. He placed us here to be Christ-like. Christ was a man of service. He was a king. He's the King of Kings. But he didn't come here as a king. He came here as a servant. The Bible says that the least of you will the greatest of you, I forget how the verse went. Oh my goodness, I'm in the wrong lane. Lord. They ain't gonna let me over. See, things like that sometimes is why I just be like, I don't know if I'm ready yet, because I'll like chip out and I'll forget certain things. But to God be the glory for it all, right? But I just believe that the things that I've done wrong in life are lessons that taught me something. And I believe that those same lessons can teach somebody else, can teach someone else. And I believe we all have a multitude of lessons that life have taught us that we can share and give back to help others, other young women and men, or even our age or older. I know a lot of older women who are still struggling with certain lessons that they just cannot get over in life. Like, I see some women, I'm like, you still kind of battling with that? But everyone's threshold for knowledge and understanding and wisdom and pain is just not the same. Some people are still on repeat. Some people's lives are on repeat of the same lesson, just over and over and over and over. And this is what you call being stuck or delayed, or a stronghold. Like, you're stuck in a certain era. And we all have, even myself, we all have areas in our lives that we're stuck. So it's not to point fingers and judge and say, oh, I've done that, I would never do that. And no, everyone has areas in their lives that they need to get over. Everyone, even myself to this day. So, but I think that for certain things that I have gone through, I believe that I and my lessons in my life can be of teaching, I guess, for lack of a better term, or learning, or a lesson for someone, because it's through it because I know that I've learned through other people's mistakes, and somebody can learn through my mistakes. So I believe that my gift is to guide, or to not guide. I see, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find the right words. I would say, I believe that my gift is to assist younger women, younger girls and women, and older younger women. I would say women, period. Young and old. Is to assist them in seeing life from a God perspective, and from a different perspective other than what the world tells us to how we should see. A lot of our decisions are world-based. We all have this culturalistic mindset that we need to make decisions based upon what is trendy in culture, and sometimes culture is a snare. Culture can be a snare because culture is not always God-like. Culture can be actually anti against God. So we can't always follow culture. We can't always follow traditions. We can't always follow family expectations. We cannot really always ever think about what others can think about. We have to live life like no one's watching except God sometimes. So I didn't know that. I learned that, and I'm still learning that. And I think that for me to give that back is a gift. That's a gift to me. That's a gift that I can give to someone. You know, because I can remember being a young girl, always wanting a sister, somebody to just, like a helping hand. And God sent so many women in my life to be helping hands, young and old. I can accredit my younger years to just being, to God sending people in my life to help me see life differently from what I knew, Because like I said, you cannot know what you don't know. Somebody can come into your life and show you something new, and now you know something else, right? So that's what I essentially want to begin to do for young women. Once I begin expressing and using the gift that God gave me through my words, through my life. This is not me giving back any wisdom yet. It's just me. It's like an introductory, basically. It's like an introduction that I'm going to be standing in my gift. I'm going to be standing firm. I'm going to be a mouthpiece for the Lord and for women, young women and old, and just showing women that, you know, especially black women like us, man, like we have to understand that we are excellent. Like we need to remember who we are. We are queens. So, and the reason why I'm saying black women is because black women are broken mentally. We are broken. We are broken women. Not all, but some. For the majority. The exception is not the majority. The exception is just women who have had someone teach them. Because we all started from infantry. We all have. So everyone who knows what they know had to learn it at some point. So don't knock women, other black women, for not knowing what you know. If anything, that is a platform and that is an avenue for you to teach someone how to think and how to be. And I'm not talking about gold digging and using men for this and trying to seduce men and all that. No. Remember who you are, knowing who you are, and knowing that your beauty is intrinsic and it comes from within will make any man be glad, lucky, and blessed to have you as his wife, okay? We are queens. We are wives. Stop short selling yourselves. We cannot keep on presenting ourselves as these ratchet bad chicks and thinking that men getting tired of that. Where's the mystery? Where's the mystery at that, you know, women used to have about themselves, you know? And I understand everybody's beginning is different. So this is why things like what I'm talking about is important. Somebody has to step in the gap for other women who did not have fathers, who did not have mothers, who didn't have mentors, who didn't have leaders and guidance counsel to show them to think different and be different and walk different. A lot of us didn't have that. So I think that if every woman can rise up and become a mentor to younger women, if every woman can rise up and become a counselor to other women in their own way, it don't have to be on a big platform. It can just be you seeing a young girl broken and giving her a word of encouragement because maybe that was you before, can help change the trajectory of how women, especially black women, sees themselves. And also just help us step back into that virtuousness that God has called women to be in. You don't got to be out here sleeping with every man to be loved. Please cut that out. Let's cut that out. That's so degrading and so unnecessary. Like if you're dealing with lust demons, say that. If you're dealing with some Jezebelian spirits, say that. But let's not say, oh, I'm free and I'm just being a woman and I can do what men do. No. Let's let men be men again and women be women again. You know what I mean? Like, let's be okay with the gender roles again. Certain things men can do, like be okay with a man opening up that hard jar of pickles instead of trying to show him you strong, you can do it yourself. Let him open the door, let him carry your bags, let him take out the trash, let him shower you with compliments, let him, you know, cover you, even though you cover yourself in your own right. But let him cover that and let God cover that. And now we're all just covered. We cover the children and we can cover ourselves. We have to be capable women. Women who are capable of holding down the house. Women who are capable of picking up the slack. Women who are capable of carrying the load. However, capability has nothing to do with you allowing your man to do these things for you. Allow him. Let him. This is the only way men can feel like men. Men cannot feel See, I'm getting into my lessons, but don't worry, we're going to have so much more on that. I'm telling you, because I learned all these things. So, I love you guys. There's going to be so much more to come, and I cannot wait. I'm excited. Thank you, Lord, if anything, for giving me the courage, the strength, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to step into faith and use my gift, and to help women, basically. I don't know what to call it, honestly. It's really just to help someone, because I'm telling you guys, genuinely, I can remember a time where I genuinely just wanted to know, like, we be stuck just because the Bible says what? My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And when you just want to know something that you don't know, you can be stuck. Lack of knowledge kills. Lack of knowledge stagnates. So for me to pour out knowledge, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. So that's all I'm trying to do. Pour out what I know. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm not professing to know it all or be a know-it-all. I am in constant student mode and learning constantly. But I think that I want to regurgitate what I do know while consuming what I don't know. Right? Boom. All right, love you guys, and I hope y'all gonna look forward to to more to come. Like, share, and subscribe.